Hi everybody, it's Andrew here from Childcare Marketing by Wave Digital. It's nice to be able to bring you this very short and condensed training for social media or specifically Facebook. Normally I would do these sessions live because I really like the engagement and I like the questions coming in, but with time and I know how busy you guys are, so Chelsea and I thought this format will be a little bit make a little bit better use of time. And if you do have any questions or anything afterwards, you can just shoot me a message or send me an email, and I'll be glad to follow up, and I can answer your questions or help you out a little bit more. So today's session is just going to be about specifically doing posts on your Brainy Kids page, Brainy Kids Place Facebook page, and then just also managing the posts and the Facebook page as well. So I'm going to go over and share your Facebook page because I think it'll just make it a little bit more interactive and actually have some live examples, which I think will be really good. So here we go. This is the first time I'm using this technology to record, so hopefully it'll go okay. So here we've got your, as you can see, your Brainy Kids Facebook page. I've made a few tweaks to it just recently, so when people come in here, they can actually book a tour. We're going to be doing a bit more work around how people can automatically book tours in the future, which makes life a bit easier for you guys. And so with Facebook, the reason why you have a Facebook page is not necessarily for your current families. It's really for the wider community. And so when you think about it in that way, it's really a free marketing tool. So what the idea is that, parents that are thinking about childcare, they can have a bit of a look on your website and they can see, what are you guys all about? But it's really on Facebook, which they get to see the day-to-day, they get to see what things are really like. And so mums and dads, and especially probably more so mums, they'll go onto the Facebook page and actually see, hey, what are these guys actually doing? What's happening in the day-to-day? And often the parents will actually have already made a decision to enroll with yourselves or with someone else based upon the information they've been able to find prior to actually even coming in. So now the good news, you guys are doing great in Facebook compared to your competitors. You are winning. In fact, you have already won. But we won't sit back on that because there's quite a few things we can continue to do to improve improve your social media presence and the quality of the posts that you do. So I really mean you're doing really great. For you're definitely up there as far as before we started working with clients. You're doing really well. You're doing a lot of posts. So I can see you've done a lot of work in there, and well done. So there's nothing broken in what you're doing. So it's really just around how we can continue to improve it and how I can try and support you. So when we, I'll give you just some general sort of hints and tips with Facebook. So with Facebook, you've got really text, images or photos, and video. So text on its own is pretty boring, not really engaging. Images, obviously really important, and the important part of those is really just high quality photos. The iPads and the iPhones these days do great photos. If you have the portrait mode, that one is exceptional. Parents, especially mums, really love that. And then video is even better. So video in general is about twice as engaging as what images are, but it's really good to have a variety of them. So with Facebook and with the algorithm, what it does is Facebook will choose or decide to present content to people that they think will be of value and of interest to them. So if your content is of interest, adds value to people, what it's going to do is it's going to deliver your content, or basically, in let's talk English terms, it's going to your posts that you make will actually be shown to more of the people that like your page. So currently at the moment, you've got about just over 1,000 likes, which is exceptional, is really good. It's a really good number. And there could be, these posts could maybe only been shown to about 100 people. So only about 1/10 of the people that like your page will actually be delivered these posts into their own personal Facebook feed, or their own personal Facebook feed. But other people can go in and obviously look through all of the posts themselves, but they have to initiate that. So the idea, what we want to do is we actually want to have your posts, we want them to be going into as many personal Facebook feeds as possible. So that's the real goal. So, and another thing that Facebook really likes is consistency. So every day, doing posts that the parents really like to see, they're engaging, or they're adding value to people, and having a variety. So, and you're already covering off a lot of that already. So, you know, really good. And what my team does is we provide like some social media posts. So we do about 2 per week. So we do them on the weekend. So your team does them during the week, and then we do a couple on the weekend. And what we generally do, just to mix it up, we do them, which are called the 3 E's, which they're either entertaining, educational, or emotional. And emotional is just that really heartfelt, you know, a mum might see a baby just doing wonderful, beautiful things. It's like, really captivates them. So that's just to add a bit of variety. And then what you're doing is you're really doing what's called sneak peeks. So parents get to have a bit of a sneak peek into your school and see what's happening. And also what you're doing is you're doing what's called social proof. And basically what that is, you're giving proof to the claims that you make on your website, or what people are talking about out in the community. Now, you know, you're the best centre. Well, that's what I believe. Just sort of what I've been researching. You're definitely the best centre in that area. So you would be the talk of the town. And what we want people to be able to see is to say, hey, is that actually really true? So they'll be able to go onto your Facebook page. I'm, you know, a mum or dad. I'm interested to put little Johnny into your school. I've heard about this Raining Kids Place. Who are these? And so I'm going to go first onto your website, and then I'm going to go onto your Facebook page. Now, what can I find out about you guys? Hey, here we go. We've got some, okay, well, you're doing school-aged kids, school age, which is really cool. All right, you guys have got a bit of a sense of humor, you know, as well. And, you know, you're interested in more than just childcare. And here we go. Oh, now this seems really interesting. What we've got really fun children here, having really fun together. They're really engaged. Oh, here's some more fun here. You know, you got massive big space. If I'm a parent, I'm going like, I'm really liking this. I'm liking, oh, here we go. Now we've got a bit of academic stuff here, but with, you know, art at the same time, and the creative side as well. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Here we go. Got some kids that got to be a bit cheeky and have a whole lot of fun. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Oh, I've got a video here. What's going on here? Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm sold. You know what? I'm going to enroll. And what actually happens is, the reality is most people have actually already made a decision to enroll with you guys before they even tour. So generally 60% of the enrollment decision is made before someone even picks up the phone call. So, and because what you're doing here is really good and way better than your competitors, I would say you would have, when people walk in the door, really, you're just really there to try and sign them up. Cool. Now let's get into some tips how we can try and help you guys. Now, with Facebook, I mentioned before variety. Variety is the key. You want some photos, single photos. You want them with photos, with multiple photos like what you've got here. We want videos, we want funny. So what we've got is here, just over the last week, we've got a really nice mix, really good mix over here. So, so good start. And what you want to be doing is you want to be doing, look, I would say 3 per day is a good average. look, some days when you're really busy, you might not get one up at all, but you're probably looking at about that. But really, there's no limit on how many posts you can do per day, but it's got to be of interest to people. So there's no point putting up, 10 posts and it's all just the same, and it's, not that exciting because it's the same. You're better to reduce that down, do, 2 or 3, but they actually bring value to people. They're actually really interesting. So, and what is interesting is not necessarily what you think, it's about what parents think. So you could always even ask families, say, hey, look, how do you find what we're putting on Facebook? Is it actually really interesting? Because it's the people that like your page, people that see these posts, they're the ones that really determine around whether the posts are engaging, add value or not. And really that's about engagement. So with engagement, now engagement as Facebook is the one key that you're going for. So which basically means someone is engaging, when 2 people want to marry, they engage first. So it's about a person engaging with Facebook. So, and that could be from, coming along here. It could be liking, loving, or the care one. Facebook doesn't really, the like one's not as powerful anymore. So really you want people loving or caring or having a bit of a laugh about it. You really want people commenting on it is a real big deal. So, and whenever someone comments on it, you always respond to it under the Brainy Kids place profile. So, and another way is people obviously share these too. So say if, this was my daughter, I thought, oh man, this is awesome. So I go and share that to my own personal Facebook page. I actually have, 500 people that are in that are part of my Facebook world. And so a lot of those people now get to see that post as well. So boom, now actually twice as many people have seen the post just by me sharing it. Now let's talk about how you can try and manufacture engagement, which is really interesting. So what you can do is at the moment you've got a lot of posts, you've got a bit of variety. Some of them are getting a little bit of engagement on them. But I think we could get more out of it. So one of the things that you could do first is get your teachers or educators, get them to go into these posts, to, love them, like them, comment, share them. And what you'll find is a little bit like if, like I went out to dinner the other night with my wife and my kids, we walked along, and the restaurants where there were no one in them, we didn't go because we sort of thought, why is no one in there? But then we got to another one, and Mediterranean, there's a lot of people in there, it's half full. Boom, we went in there. So it's a little bit like that as well. So you get your teachers, your educators to actually engage in the post, commenting and sharing. And what you'll find is you'll actually find Facebook is then going to see, whoa, okay, these people are really engaged. I'm now actually going to start presenting these posts into more Facebook feeds, into more personal Facebook feeds. And then what you'll find is the parents will start to comment more, and the parents will share it more. So that's a really good way just to start to get that engagement up. One of the other areas, or there's 2 other areas that I'm working on at the moment, is one of them you'll see up here. People can now just sort of book a tour directly on the Facebook page, and we're going to be doing a bit more work around how people can book tours just on their own, which is really great for you guys because you've actually not had to do anything, and you now have tours that are booked. So Chelsea's going to be working on that, and that's something that's worked really good in my own centre. So I actually own a few centres myself. I've worked in IT for about 15 years before. I own centres. I'm also an educator. I've worked running centres, so I've got a lot of good. I understand what it's like to work in childcare, so I think that's I understand the business side, and I understand quite comprehensively the area because I've worked for a while and I've done different roles in it. So yeah, but that'll be coming a little bit further in future. And also another area is what's called Facebook Messenger. So what will start to happen in the near future is you'll start to be getting more inquiries through Facebook Messenger. And if you're in the Facebook page, they should come up. You should get a notification when you get a message, and you'll find them in the inbox over here. Now, a really important thing is to respond as fast as you can, because a lot of these families, they're going to go in, they're going to, hey, I'm interested in childcare, and often it will be the first to respond will get the enrollment. So these here is this has been used for recruiting new staff, so which you can use it to as well. But it'll basically be in here. You'll have messages, and the Facebook messages will be in here. So really important to respond to those, because if you think about it, what's one enrollment worth? 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, and then they're with you for like 5 years. So you're talking, between 50 and 150,000 for one enrollment, and sometimes it's just who is the first to respond. So this will become more important as we make it available for more families to inquire via Facebook Messenger, because that's what they want to do. They don't necessarily want to pick up the phone or just to drop in at the centre. They want to be able to message. So got some cool stuff coming there. So that is really about all I wanted to cover today. So hopefully you've found this of value. Please reach out to me either directly, send me a message. I'm here. It's all part of the service. So my goal is to, basically increase your inquiries any way that we can. And of course, my part is on the digital marketing side. So pretty excited to be working with you guys, and please reach out to me with anything that I could possibly help with. So I'll just stop sharing here. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon.